What's up, everybody? It is Matt from Electric All Wheel, and today I am not actually going to start out by opening up a bike. I have set out here an assortment of accessories and battery types so that you can see how to connect different combinations of battery with your electric bike. This does include the 1.0. I just didn't bring it out, but I'm hoping that the 2.0 and 3.0 convey the message and you will find some familiarity. I actually have both of the controllers out here so that I can demonstrate this to you. It's been a while and I want to get something out there that's comprehensive that allows the user to know what they can use on their dual battery setup on their Lectric XP. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the Tampa Bay area, we have a Facebook group called E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in there, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. It's pretty quiet today on the trail. If none of you are familiar with the Tampa Bay area, it is Gasparilla Day today. The parade is happening. I would say the majority of Tampa Bay is in downtown Tampa. Get their pirate on, and if you don't know what I mean, check it out, give that a Google. It is worth it just to see pirate invasions galore. It's gonna go on all week. Lots of fun in Tampa. Without further ado, here we go. What's on the table? Haichuang or Hailong 48 volt 15 amp hour battery, the bike case bag, and we got the big one, the 7-incher, so that it can slip inside. This is the box for the Lectric XP 2.0 step-through battery. This should fit the 3 and the 1. There's a little bit difference in the head of the battery, so the sizing's different for the plate, but I believe there's an adjustment that can be made so that this will work. Regardless, the Electric All-Wheel external factory battery adapter, this fits onto the plate. These are the Electric All-Wheel extension cables that come with a 20 amp dual battery discharge balancer kit, and then these are the adapters for DIN T-plug. If you have an XP 2.0, it's a T-plug connector, so you need those adapters to make your XT60 connections on your balancer and cable. Fear not, the 3.0 only has XT60, so you don't need these adapters. It's cables and balancer. This is the factory battery plate, so this is what, when you close your bike up after it's been folded, the battery makes connection to this plate, and this is what it looks like removed. This is the replacement battery from Lectric. Think Expedition and X Premium, as well as the Trike. These straps are from Bike Case. They are bottle cage straps with the extra long straps so that we can actually wrap it around the body of the Lectric. And this is the ever faithful 48 volt 10 amp hour battery that we use all the time on all of our bikes. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. This is our master set, our good collection. We can pretty much put together any capacity that we need to get us through the day. We have a Hailong down tube, which is not quite to our liking, and I'll show you why. The length on the Hailong is just a little bit more than this Haichuang, and this is the 14 amp hour version. We like this because of the capacity packed into the smaller size. And what you'll notice is that when this is set up and strapped, it fits perfectly in the length right here on the body of the XP 3.0. It works with the high step too, and it allows for enough clearance up front for the fold in the neck. So when you turn the handlebars, it doesn't interfere. Inside your kit, you get a balancer. This is one of the narrow body balancers. We also have the ones with the white labels. That's what typically everyone is used to seeing. We got these to test because this width allows for the insertion into the faceplate area without much issue, and this caused some consternation for some of the earlier users of the balancer. It's pretty simple in terms of the setup because the way the connections are oriented, you can't really miss or correct it. You cannot connect it incorrectly. You have two extensions which are meant to get you to your rear rack or the front body of your bike, or if you run them as a combination, you can actually do an external connection of your balancer. And what that means is these two items connect internally, let's say, to your controller and then to your faceplate, and then with them, pretend that the body of the bike is here, this is the controller housing, and this is the faceplate at the fold. You run this external down below the frame and out with the rest of the wiring, and then you put it in the bag with your battery, and then this connects straight to your battery. We're going to do it with a normal internal install connection. So we'll start with the XP 2.0. The kit, if you order the Dean's T-Plug version, has two adapters. On the XP 2.0, it is a T-Plug connection at the controller. So you will need an adapter to change that to XT60. From there, you have your balancer. If you're connecting internally, which is our recommendation, then you will take the controller out, which is the male XT60 connector, and connect it to the controller. Now these become your two batteries. Let's pretend we're still with the XP 2.0. We're going to put the Dean's T-Plug adapter into the plate, and then we'll take this XT60 and connect it to the balancer. So everything that you see here is connected to the bike. This has now gone internal to the controller compartment, and then the faceplate will sit on the outside and it will look something like this. You know that if you have your battery in the frame, it will connect here, so that's one battery. And then this will be your second battery. Longtime favorite battery is the 10 amp hour Haichuang in the Velcro bag. We like to use this, especially on the step throughs, right here in between the seat post and the rear hub. But for demonstration purposes, this has the XT60 connection. And so what you can envision is this is my second battery, this is my factory battery, and I'm just going to plug this in. So here are all your components in. It looks a little stringy because of the Velcro, but you get the idea. Your factory battery is here. It connects to the plate. Your second battery is here. And then internal in your controller compartment is your controller and your balancer, likely like so. For those of you wondering about another connection for a third battery, it's as simple as this. We'll use this as the third. We're going to take our balancer and we're going to pretend like it's a battery. We're just going to take the male connector, remove our original second connection, and we're going to plug it in there. Now we have two balancers. I'm going to plug in the second, and now I have one more connection for a third. A lot of times, space in the compartment is not good, so you'll need an extension to get to the third battery. So what you can do is you take the extension, plug it into the first balancer, run it out to the second, and then you can actually bag that here with your second battery and then bring that to your third. We like this setup. We use this battery across a lot of them. The ease with which you can remove the Velcro is pretty sweet. So we really appreciate that fact. Typically, if we're adding a third, our balancer is going to be external and we're not going to really worry about trying to placement. We have done dual balancers internal. It's not going to work with the high steps, so keep that in mind. So with this setup, here's your original factory. You still have your balancer. Let's say you have a second Lectric battery that you use. Typically you swap them out and you're done with that lifestyle. Well, you take the external factory adapter, you plug that in, red goes to positive, black goes to negative, and then you bring your clip over the top. Let me see. Wrong way. I haven't connected one of these in a very long time. And then that fits over and then clips right down onto the side here and here. And it is very sturdy. We really like that. And then we just slip it into the bike case bag, the waterproof end. We make sure that we have our end rolled out, and then we give this 1 or 2 roll or half rolls just to get it nice and tight. And then we bring it in. Here's our connection for our battery. And the reason why we like the bike case bag so much is it's already got these Velcro straps, and they are long enough that they will wrap around your rear rack, and then you can bring them in and do a Velcro tighten. So you tighten onto the whole bag, and we really appreciate that. So here's our connection. And then for this application, since it's on the rear rack and all of this is internal to the frame, we're going to go ahead and plug in an extension. And then we will run that to our second battery, which is a factory battery here. And we know conceptually that we also have our original factory battery here. And it is going to hook into the faceplate in the frame. I did want to demonstrate that you can do this. We use these bike case bottle cage straps, and this is the same setup that we have here, but I took the second one off so I could demonstrate something important to you. We order the ones with the long straps. The screw heads come, and I'm actually going to use one of these for the bottom end of the mount for the plate here. And you can see I already have one hooked up here, but there's one big difference. It's the screw heads and the depth of the screw head. You can see how this one is just a little bit taller than this one. Well, that's important because you need to be able to slide the battery over the rail in the mount so that it can slide onto the mount itself and connect. So you have to replace those screws, and they are M5. We will leave a link to those or some in the description below, but they're going to be bulk. So if you've got an Ace Hardware or Home Depot, just go get them. Just know that you need to make sure that the head of the screw is not so thick so you can get it down into the mounting plate and your battery will slide over it. And then on this connection, I just take both screws out, slap it over the top. And then just tighten it up. I only have one, so you're going to want to make sure that your alignment here is good. There is no other screw hole further up. It's generally pretty tight, and we're looking for it to just hold the base. It is not holding the 2 mounting positions up top, so the second strap is there for the extra durability and stability to maintain the gap off the frame right here. Coincidentally, once you get this thing locked in, it's really easy to install and remove with these straps. It becomes very much like this battery here. The only thing is I like this second strap for a second dimension on stability, which again typically happens inside the frame right under the seat post and between the rear hub. But this, with these straps and their length, will wrap all the way around that body. And like I showed earlier, it's a good fit here so that there is no disruption in turning the front wheel, or when you fold it, it will fold just the same. That's not to take away from any of the other down tube batteries. Let me show you this. This is why I like the Haichuang, just because of the shorter length. It's a little bit stubbier. And there you go. That will work too. Many people have done an application just like this. Just in case you're wondering, the XP 3.0 is much simpler. If you recognize, the body width on the controller is more narrow, so there's a lot more space in the same frame. That means that it's just easier to install this internally. Also, the connector on the XP 3.0 is an XT60 versus this Dean's T-plug connector. And so there's no adapter needed here to connect to the balancer, which is XT60 as well. I think I've covered it. I'm gonna load this bike up now. We are going to put all the electric all-wheel accessories on that XP 3.0. We're going to get brown walls. We're going to triple battery it. We're going to put this Haichuang battery, the extra electric battery that you can actually find on sale from their website. It does not come with a mounting plate, so keep that in mind. They are expecting that you're just running a replacement, so just know that's why we sell that connector. And then you can always get your Haichuang battery or any down tube battery you want, or a monster 30 ampere and just bag it. I've seen a lot of that too. One of the most popular questions we get is, what kind of battery should I use? Our answer is, make sure that your BMS can handle the load. Typically on a less than 20 amp, you're going to be fine on any general battery you find, especially if they're marketing towards 1,000-watt rear hubs, you will be okay. Next, you want to make sure that your balancer fits the parameters of your controller. So this is 20 amps, the controller is 18, so we got a overage and a match for that. And when you're looking at these batteries, you make sure that you match your voltage. From there, it's amp hour selection, and typically amp hours equates to more money, and that's the way you want to think about your budget. So this one is a 14 amp hour, this one is a 15 amp hour, this is a traditional 10.4 Lectric out of the box. It's a step-through battery, and then this one is a 10 amp hour. And we can put all of these in combination without having to worry about the charge rates because of the balancer. So that makes the benefit pretty clear for why you would want a balancer in the first place. You don't have to worry about balancing the charge. You can actually take them off and put them on your other bikes just in case you want an extra. I know some of you don't have other bikes, but principally speaking, that's how we roll. This battery has been on just about every e-bike that we have owned. Hemingway, Haybike, Lectric, Apis. We have it on an Aventon Cinch, Pace 500. It's been across a lot of e-bikes. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about the future as well. We really like these batteries. They've shown no problems, and I know a lot of you viewers have used this battery as well. I'm pretty impressed with this. I like the length of it, and I like the look actually when it's on the bike, so keep that in mind. I am not shy from using a Haichuang battery. It's just I prefer this, and a lot of people really prefer Lectric products, so we wanted to make that a possibility for you users and those of you who wanted a second battery with a balancer from Electric All Wheel. Just want to say thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I hope it wasn't so scatterbrained, but there are a lot of combinations and possibilities with what you can do on the table. We really like our battery assortment, and there's a reason why we keep them around. Super convenient, looks good when it's strapped down, can allow you to be the Lectric faithful with a Lectric replacement battery. Generally available everywhere, has a good name, high long battery, 15 amp hours, adds a lot of juice, gets you the range that you need. Remember, it's just a little bit longer. Actually, it's significantly longer when you start placing it on a high frame or a high step battery. It is significantly longer when you start placing it on a high step folding electric bike, and that length of the front body is a little bit shorter. Bike case has the products that we really appreciate. The bag, the waterproof bag, has proven very valuable, and it's perfect for the length of the step-through electric battery, and it allows you even some space to put more product in there or more items that you need to carry. So keep that in mind as well. The Old Faithful, one of our favorite items, the external factory battery adapter. I hope that this thing doesn't get retired, but it's here for anyone that needs it, and it does work. There are plenty of people out there that have found the benefit in this thing, and they really appreciate it, especially if you bought the second electric battery when they had that big sale about a year ago. I know a lot of you will remember that. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe. YouTube is our primary, and if you're in the area, e-bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. For all of you that have subscribed to this channel, just know that our X Peak is coming, and we're going to get to that too. We'll talk to you next time.